Good morning, children. So, let us begin with today's topic, that is the circulation. In this topic, we have to study about circulation of blood and fluids. How do blood and other fluids like lymph keeps moving in our body? So let us study about the types of circulation in detail. Blood flows two ways. So there are two types of circulation. One is double circulation and other one is circulation through special or specific body organs. Double circulation is further of two types or have been divided into two categories: systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. And circulation of blood through specific organs is further of these many types: coronary circulation, hepatic portal circulation, hypophyseal circulation, cerebral circulation, capillary circulation, fetal circulation, circulation through skeletal muscles, and lymph circulation. These all are the types of circulation through specific organs. And double circulation is of two types, systemic and pulmonary. So let us study in detail first about double circulation. What is double circulation? Double, from the name itself only, it is very well clear. Double circulation is flow of the blood twice from heart. It is flow of blood twice from heart. As we have discussed earlier, that human heart, it has four chambers. Human heart has four chambers, and this right side means right atricle and right ventricle carries impure blood, and left ventricle carries, left atricle and left ventricle, they both carry pure blood. So pure and impure blood doesn't get mixed. This is the significance of double circulation. First impure blood flows, followed by the movement of pure blood. This is known as double circulation. Now let us study about double circulation with its types in detail. Let us continue with the double circulation. In double circulation, first of all, movement of blood begins from right atricle, right atrium. Right atrium receives impure blood with the help of superior and inferior vena cava from the all body parts. Means superior and inferior vena cava, they both collect impure blood from all the body parts. And this impure blood, you can also call it deoxygenated blood, CO2 rich blood, or impure blood. So impure blood with the help of these two vessels from all the body parts is poured into right atrium, and then right atrium pumps that CO2 rich blood into right ventricle. And this right ventricle, now this pumps impure blood, CO2 rich blood, into the lungs with the help of pulmonary artery. And from lungs, blood get inside the lungs, this blood get purified. Then these lungs, they pump pure blood, means now oxygenated rich blood, to the left atrium with the help of pulmonary vein. And then left atrium, again they have pure blood, so they pump the pure blood, oxygenated rich blood, to the left ventricle. Then left ventricle pump pure blood to all the body parts with the help of main aorta. When all the body parts, they receive pure blood, and using the pure blood they make it impure. So impure blood is collected and again is pumped to the right atrium. So this way blood keeps on moving, keeps on circulating from the heart to all body parts. This circulation is double circulation. You can write pulmonary, as we did, it is of two types, pulmonary and systemic circulation. So where the pulmonary word comes first, here when blood flows from right ventricle to lungs. So pulmonary circulation begins here. Pulmonary circulation is flow of impure blood from right ventricle to lungs and flow of pure blood from lungs to left atrium. This is pulmonary circulation. This one is pulmonary circulation. I am writing PC. And the remaining from the left or you can write it till here, left ventricle. It's up to you. You just need to understand the concept. Repeating, the flow of the impure blood from heart to lungs and flow of pure blood from lungs to heart is known as pulmonary circulation. And this systemic circulation is flow of pure blood from the left ventricle to body parts, and impure blood from body parts to right atrium is known as systemic circulation. So I am writing SC, systemic circulation. Don't get confused between pulmonary and systemic. You can put it and you can put the pulmonary circulation to an end till left atrium. That is up to you. Repeating, pulmonary circulation is flow of impure blood from right ventricle to lungs, and then flow of pure blood from lungs to left atrium. This is pulmonary. Systemic circulation is flow of pure blood from left ventricle to body parts, and then impure blood from body parts to right atrium. This is systemic and pulmonary circulation. So this was all about double circulation, systemic and pulmonary. Now let us study about the significance of this double circulation. The significance of double circulation is pure and impure blood never gets mixed. As we have done earlier, that pure and impure blood never gets mixed because right side and left side is separated with the help of septa. So this is the biggest advantage, that in humans, in mammals with four-chambered heart, pure and impure blood never gets mixed. And as next is, it also increases the efficiency of human heart. This is the significance of double circulation. Now let us move on to the other type of circulation, circulation through specific regions. So next is circulation through specific organs. Let us first study about coronary circulation. We have already studied about the word coronary. Coronary word is actually used for the vessels which supply blood from the heart to heart itself only, because heart has to undergo rhythmic contraction and relaxation. It has to undergo contraction and relaxation continuously. So it also requires energy. It also needs oxygen. So where does this heart get energy from? This heart get energy from the blood only. It gets oxygen from the pure blood. So what is coronary circulation? It is flow of oxygenated blood from heart and flow of deoxygenated blood from heart muscle to heart itself only. Repeating, what is coronary circulation? Flow of oxygenated blood from ascending aorta to the heart muscles, and then return of deoxygenated blood from heart muscles to the right atrium. How? As we studied earlier, that from the left ventricle a main aorta arises, which is divided into three parts: ascending aorta, this is ascending aorta, arc of aorta, and here is descending aorta. And ascending aorta gives rise to two vessels. One is right coronary artery, which supplies pure blood to the heart muscles, and left coronary artery, this also supplies pure blood to the heart muscles. When muscles, they get the pure blood, muscles of the heart, they receive pure blood with the help of these coronary arteries, right and left. Then oxygen in the blood is used up and blood in the muscles become impure. It gets deoxygenated. So the deoxygenated blood from the heart muscles itself is collected by coronary vein, and then coronary vein pour that impure blood into the right atrium with the help of coronary sinus. This is known as double circulation, or this is known as coronary circulation. Coronary circulation is flow of oxygenated blood from the heart to heart muscles and deoxygenated blood from heart muscles to right atrium. Have a look at the coronary circulation. Flow of oxygenated blood from heart to heart muscles and deoxygenated blood from heart muscles to heart. This is coronary circulation, or you can also write it like from heart to heart muscles, oxygenated blood, and from heart muscles deoxygenated blood, from heart muscles to heart. This is very small one is coronary circulation. Next one is hepatic portal circulation. What is hepatic portal circulation? Hepta word has come and hepta stands for liver. So some of the organs like stomach, intestine, when blood gets impaired in these organs, blood does not directly reaches the heart. Rather, blood from these digestive organs is first carried to liver. When blood from the digestive organ is poured into the liver with the help of hepatic portal vein, this is known as hepatic portal circulation. Repeating, when blood from the digestive organ does not reach the heart directly but goes to other organs, that is liver. When blood from digestive organ goes to liver then to heart, this is known as hepatic portal circulation. It doesn't mean that liver only always receives impure blood from the hepatic vein. It does receives pure blood also. Liver receives blood from two sources, oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. It receives oxygenated blood with the help of hepatic artery, and it receives deoxygenated blood with the help of hepatic portal vein. So this hepatic circulation is associated with hepatic portal vein. Hepatic portal vein collects all the impure blood from digestive organs only like stomach and intestine and gives to liver. Then this impure blood goes to heart. Impure blood, do remember liver, from liver impure blood only goes to heart. This is known as hepatic portal circulation. Now question arises, why? What is the significance of hepatic portal circulation? The significance is stomach and intestine, they have some essential nutrients like excess of glucose. Excess of glucose when reaches the liver with the help of hepatic portal vein, then liver converts that glucose into glycogen and it gets stored in the liver as a reserved food, and during emergency liver reconverts that glycogen into glucose. So this is the biggest advantage of hepatic portal circulation, that excess of glucose is transported to liver and it gets stored in the form of glycogen. Another biggest advantage is it converts ammonia into urea. Liver is the organ where nitrogenous, harmful nitrogen waste, ammonia is converted into urea. When digestion gets completed, then after the digestion it forms in the stomach and intestine, ammonia is formed as an end product of digestion of proteins. So this is very poisonous thing to keep in body. Then when hepatic portal vein brings impure blood to the liver, then inside the liver this ammonia is converted to urea. Later when blood from the liver containing urea reaches the kidney, then kidneys they remove urea out of the body. This is another advantage. Then one more significance of hepatic circulation is that liver produces some proteins. Liver also produces some proteins, and these proteins which are produced by the liver get mixed into the blood when blood comes out from the liver. These are the significances of hepatic portal circulation. Next is hypophyseal circulation. This is the flow of the blood from hypothalamus, a gland which is also known as supreme commander found in brain. Hypophyseal portal circulation is flow of the blood from hypothalamus to pituitary gland. So this blood is carried with the help of carried by the two hypophyseal portal veins. Two hypophyseal portal vein which arise from the hypothalamus and give the blood to pituitary gland. Why? What is the significance of this hypophyseal circulation? The significance is hypothalamus releases some hormones, and these hormones get mixed in the blood, and with the help of blood these hormones reach to the pituitary gland. So this is the significance of hypophyseal circulation. Next is cerebral circulation. From the name itself only, cerebral, cerebrum, cerebellum, you might have studied the parts of brain. So in this circulation, blood flows to brain. Brain receives pure blood with the help of 4 arteries, 2 carotid arteries and 2 vertebral arteries. Means total 4 arteries. They pour pure blood to the brain, and impure blood is taken out from the brain with the help of venules. Venules they take out, or you can write venous. Veins on in short only, small veins. Venous blood means impure blood comes out from the heart and moves into general circulation. This is cerebral circulation, flow of blood to brain, flow of blood from heart to brain and brain to heart. Next is capillary circulation. This is the circulation of the blood from arteries to capillaries. Do remember, whenever any artery enters any organ, then arteries get divided into smaller arterioles which have diameter much smaller than artery. Then arterioles they further get divided into meta-arterioles, and meta-arteriole further give rise to capillaries. When blood reaches the capillary, then it helps in exchange of things between tissue cells and blood capillaries. So what are capillaries? Capillaries, they work as a middleman between the blood and the tissue cells. The digestive material, the desired things from the blood reaches to tissue cells with the help of capillaries, and the waste material from the tissue cells reaches the blood through capillaries. Because capillaries have their walls are made up of one cells only, so they are quite thin to allow the free movement of these particles. This is about capillary circulation. Significance is it allows the exchange of materials from the blood between the blood and the tissue cells. Next are skeletal muscles, circulation through skeletal muscles. This is the flow of the blood, pure and impure, from skeletal muscles to heart and heart through skeletal muscles. Fetal circulation, it is the flow of the blood from mother to the fetus. When mother is pregnant, then a female is pregnant, then blood from the mother's body goes to fetus, and circulation of blood inside the fetus is quite different than in adult. Then next is lymph circulation. This is the flow of the blood in lymph. Do remember that lymph flows inside the lymph capillaries, and lymph capillaries are different than blood capillaries. Blood capillaries were those which I just explained in previous type of circulation. Lymph capillaries are different. Inside the lymph capillaries they have lymph, and lymph capillaries allow the interstitial fluid to flow into them but not out. Lymph capillaries also work as a middleman between the blood and tissue cells. Here these are tissue cells, these are lymph capillaries, and here it is interstitial fluid. So through interstitial fluid, lymph capillaries, they allow materials to pass out to, from the material from the lymph capillary first reaches the interstitial fluid, and from interstitial fluid to tissue cells. Then reverse happens from tissue cells to interstitial fluid, and interstitial fluid into the lymph capillaries. So this was all about types of circulation. Topics get over here.